conversations with you about performance, because of the way it was hired and all the background that was boiling. And I really haven't had conversations with the owner until last weekend.
Okay.
To share some frustrations that I have with what you're doing and lack of doing and mistakes that you make. I'm going to need to see improvement. Let me give you a couple examples. On Wednesday, we received an email from Comcast. I immediately asked you to contact Mr. Amy. Tell Mr. Amy what was going on, see if you could salvage him as a member, and kind of avoid a situation that could be very embarrassing. Unfortunately, you didn't do that. You failed to do that. You decided you didn't want to do that. You didn't tell anyone you weren't going to do that. So Mr. Amy shows up and puts Ernie in a very difficult position because he has to tell Mr. Amy, you need to turn around and leave. That's one. Every Tuesday for the past month, specials have gone out. You say you have a reminder, you get a special. That's two. Continually with small things, you just, I don't know if you don't check it, you don't follow through, you don't spend as much time and energy to make sure that they're done correctly. I don't know. But last night, those two emails, I got bombarded with members telling me that they can't do it. It makes me look bad, makes the club look bad, makes us all look unprofessional. Can't have that. Can't have that. Part of your job, a big part of your job, is to make sure that all these things are done correctly. Then you went and played golf. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to allow you to play golf for a little while. I need you to focus your energies on trying to be a better employee. Employee doesn't make mistakes. An employee who checks her work before it's turned in. Okay, for example, Mr. Flout's membership application. If you had checked your work before turning it in, you would have noticed there wasn't a second page. Again, these are little, yet constant mistakes. And you apologize for them, but they happen too often. I need to be able to count on my department heads that when they do something, we do it correctly. And I shouldn't have to detail my reviewing of your work to the point where I can do it. That doesn't put me in a position where it frees me up to do the other things that I need to do as a gentleman. So I need this to be very quick. I need you to turn around. I'm giving you an opportunity, but you've got to prove to me that you actually want this job and are able to perform it. Telling me you do and telling me it's not your fault, I don't want to hear those anymore. I want to see action. A long conversation with both Mary Chris and Sharon about seeing action. Actions that are just on the money, not
Can I say, Mr. Ami, I have the email, you said to make sure that they terminate him and let him know because it's their job.
Yeah.
You do,
Well,
that's it.
if I need to, again.
I'm just saying what I heard then.
But you heard yesterday me say, don't send this out till 7. If you're not hearing me, then there's an issue. Maybe I can only talk to you through email. Because
I misunderstood, you know what,
you
Lou
said
did
that
too.
to me. Hold on, you
I
said that to me.
did.
No, I remember. You said that to me
Okay.
so many different times.
Okay,
It's almost like you
Can
don't
I-
hear me.
I hear you and I care, and I wanna say with last night's email, Lou was able to open it because I called him. I was able to open it on mine. I believe the links were down completely because I've never seen it. I always check them. The links work. I send myself a test always and make sure they open. I did the link with the survey with the gentleman from Club Essential. I called him 3 times and I asked him to walk me through, and he did it with me because you can't put a PDF in certain things. It's only images. Some of the events, so he actually did it. We checked it and it worked.
You tell me these reasons why it wasn't you.
It was not, again, the last time when you thought I deleted that person and I didn't.
No.
I mean, I'm just telling you that
Emails from members telling me I can't open anything.
the links were
And
down.
when I open it, I couldn't.
The links were down.
So it's, again, not your fault.
Okay, the
Right.
links, well, I don't wanna say that, but I
Sure,
took
sure.
pictures, I have pictures that I took just so, to make sure that it was documented, that it wasn't me and it said links are down, they can't be uploaded.
Okay.
So I took pictures of it, and then they started working, so I actually emailed Club Essential and said,
Did you know that the Tuesday special didn't go out?
I did not I scheduled it every
Nivio
week.
told me, he told you and both you and him that the specials didn't go out earlier in the day. Then when I came and talked to you about it, it was like the first time you heard it.
It
Right?
was, yes.
So Nivio didn't say anything to you. Nivio didn't come to you earlier that day and say, no one saw the specials today.
I don't remember hearing it, but I don't hear
So
anything, cause I have that.
We need to make sure that, I
Okay.
guess we're emailing you whenever we communicate, so we have a record of what we're actually telling you. Because for some reason, every time it's not your fault, you didn't hear it, you misunderstood it. And all these misunderstandings cause the operation and the club and management team to look bad. And that's just not, I can't accept it. I can't have that. I'm not gonna be there again. We spent a lot of time and energy trying to make us look good. We don't wanna look bad anymore.
I
Okay?
agree, I
So-
do agree.
I think a lot of times your problem is you just wanna get it off your desk. And you don't spend the time and the energy to make sure it's right.
I
And
would
don't know whether
disagree
you
with
were
that
trying-
because I did it. I want to have peace and quiet,
I don't know what
honestly.
the other, you were trying to just get on the golf course? I don't know. I don't know.
So the golfing part,
Again.
I introduced two members, Lexi needed me for the 9 and Wine, and it was such a great thing because new member Tanya Wood met Carol Parker, they're gonna play, they were only a twosome, actually, I was playing with Tanya and I said, let me try to find someone else. So I called out and she couldn't have thanked me enough, so it was part of the membership. I do believe that's a part of my job, and it was 5:30 at night, and I think that, they both said that, you know what?
From this point on, you will ask me if you can play.
Okay,
And
Fair
that is
enough.
totally up to me.
okay,
And I need to see improvement.
okay.
Okay? I need to see less mistakes. I don't wanna continue here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need to be able to count on you to make sure this is getting done.
I think there's more that I do right, though, that you don't,
This is, again,
a lot more that I do right, and that links again, I hope to hear back from them today, so I can let you know that it was down. It was, I tell ya. And when I called Lou, I asked him to look in his desktop.
we have 4 members come out and play last Saturday, non-members play last Saturday, saying you told them they were gonna play with you?
100% not.
You didn't have 4 people come out?
They were scheduled, I did not, they were scheduled for Friday,
But they're on tee time, they played 10:38 on Saturday.
yeah, they did it through the pro shop, I found out
4
from Ernie.
members.
With the pro shop, they did it.
And I'm playing with Ellen.
He was a scammer, cause I had him on the tee sheet with Dr. Burke on Friday. Kim was with me again, thank God, so I have
Did you go
people.
to Ernie?
I went through the pro shop to make sure they were playing with 3 members, for the Friday,
You need to go through the
with
card.
Connor, okay. But just so
Everything
you know, I
needs to go
heard
through-
they
everything-
called the pro shop, and the
Ellen,
pro shop made it.
Everything needs to go through Ernie.
Fine, I have no
Ernie's
problem.
having a difficult enough time with you, I need you to make sure you're checking with him,
No problem,
okay?
absolutely. But
Did
I
you
want you
play
to,
2 Thursdays ago and give Connor an issue about who you're playing with?
no.
You didn't.
They asked to play with me, and then he said, oh, I didn't know, and I said, no problem at all, I'm just happy to be playing. That's all it said. Lori Turcott had asked me to play with her, invited me, and he didn't know, so it was no big deal. I said, no big deal. It's exactly what I said, I have no problem, I'm just play with whoever,
And that's not a thing that to me.
okay?
I'd like this to be successful, but you've gotta stop. You gotta take a little bit more responsibility and concern about what you're doing. I can't continue, I mean, it's only been 2 weeks, we've been over this.